is my anniversary, and so thinking about my kids, and then thinking about whenever I think about my kids, I always think about my husband, because like we created them together, and today is our anniversary, 5 years, and I promised when I married him that I would always be honest and real, and I think I've always been honest and real, and maybe to a fault, but I also promised myself when I started this journey, when I started this online business, that I would be even more open and even more honest and authentic, and so I will be, even today. So as we celebrate 5 years of marriage, I just want to say that like I love Scott, my husband. He is my best friend, but I hate qualifying it because I do love him no matter what, unconditionally. He's my best friend, but some days it feels really hard. It feels like we're just barely surviving. And anyone else have days like that in their marriage or parenting? We have 3 tiny humans and a puppy, and we moved to a new city last year, and we don't have any family close and or help like that, and we are like in the thick of it, and so it's hard. I think marriage is always hard, but marriage with 3 little humans and a dog in a new city with no family is hard. So this last year has been, I would say, the best our marriage has ever been, but also the hardest in so many ways. And oh, there we go. I knew they were crying eventually, but one of the things that I love about our marriage and our relationship is that we've always been like super crystal clear about how we both feel, and realistic about our love. We both believe that like every day we wake up and we have a choice, and we make a choice to be married to each other, to love each other. Every day I wake up and I make a choice to be a good friend to my husband. And I think it's like anything in life, like we get to choose how we want our feelings and our days to go, really. With everything else that's like so out of our control, like we can control some things, and we can choose to either move forward together or move apart, and just in our daily actions, we choose and we do our best to choose each other, to choose love. I mean, like we can choose to say I love you, good night, or we can choose to just roll over and go to bed. I can choose to grab him when he's busy in the kitchen and give him a hug, while the chaos swirls around us. It can just be him and me for a moment. I can choose that, and we do choose that. We can choose to say, like, thanks for folding the laundry. Or we can choose to ignore all the things our spouse does for us. So I know marriage is a choice. No one's holding a gun to our heads. But having a happy marriage is a choice, and then it's followed by work and action. Work. Marriage is work. Breaking news. And I think some days we do a really good job. Really good job. Some days I think, like, when you're like in the groove, you're like, my gosh, like we have the best marriage. Like all these other suckers, like they have no idea. Like we, when you're in that place, it feels like nobody can touch you. Like it's just you and him, and it's wonderful. But then like some days suck. You know what I mean? Some days, we're selfish and we're mean and we're human, and but we don't give up. I believe that Scott and I will work through anything. He's sitting on a porch in Florida, watching the sunset, holding hands in 10 years, in 20 years, in 50 years. I believe that, and I'm gonna do everything I can every day up until those days to make sure that happens. And so it starts with like holding his hand today, and because every day when we wake up, I know that we're gonna be holding hands in 50 years, because every day, no matter what, I wake up and I make a choice to hold his hand, and he holds mine. And we just keep choosing each other. And we keep learning and growing together. I didn't think I was gonna cry so much. Some of you know I practice goal setting, and like visioning. I do vision boards, and every morning I write out my goals for the day. Obviously, usually like 3 to 5 top goals, and then I also write out 10 like long-term goals, and I write them in the present tense as if they've happened, as if they're true. And every day I write out, Scott is my very best friend. Every morning, without fail. On my list of where I see myself in 10 years, Scott is my very best friend. And so every day for the last 5 years, Scott's been my very best friend. And it's just a choice. It's all a choice, everything. And so happy anniversary, 5 years. It's like it seems like no time at all, and like the longest time in the world. We've been through so much, in 5 years. We really jam pack a lot of life in our years together, and I would not have it any other way. And I love you, and I like you, usually.